Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is Bud, or otherwise known as North Star. In this episode, I'm talking to you about my 15-degree winter gear list. So for 15-degree weather, I am opting to bring my Palante version 2 Simple Pack. Right now it's loaded up with everything I'll need to stay warm, safe, and secure out on the trail. And here, I always like to carry my Patagonia fleece, and it's the R1. It's really warm when you need to stop. Great piece. I always carry a pair of mittens. These are especially thick and warm from Outdoor Research. They're maybe a little bit heavy, but these are awesome. They're a lifesaver, especially when you're, I do a lot of taping with the camera, and it's nice to every now and again give my hands a break from the cold, breezy air. I always carry on the outside as well my headlamp. So with winter backpacking, one thing people have to be aware of is you just don't obviously have as many daylight hours to hike in. So having this on the outside comes in really handy. And my light of choice right now is the Black Diamond Spot, the newer version. And it's great. It's bright. I love the fact that the newer versions have your battery readout, so you can see how your battery is doing. So I have a liter Nalgene bottle, and it's also wrapped up in a little insulated sleeve, just so you can keep your heated water warmer for a little bit longer. So I can keep water bottles in the outside pouch over here, but sometimes since I'm, especially during winter, just carrying one, I'd prefer to keep it on the inside as opposed to having a weight imbalance. I obviously don't have any food in here right now because I'm just showing you guys what I'm using. But if this were a backpacking trip, and as you guys will see in the coming month, I would normally have a lot of my bars and food out here on the outside, ready to access, and down below in the sneaky pouch. So I have pretty standard stuff when it comes to how I hang my food. I know everyone's a little bit different too. I think some people probably don't hang their food during winter. I just opt to. It's pretty easy. It's actually a lot easier to hang your food during winter because a lot of the leaves are not on the trees any longer. So it's really easy to kind of look for that right branch that you can hoist your line over and get your bag hanging. So yep, inside I have the rope and the rucksack. So for my hard shell, this is my waterproof piece. It's an Arc'teryx. I think it's called the Zeta SL. To be honest with you, it's a great jacket. Definitely sheds rain. It's kind of overpriced for what it is, but luckily when I purchased it, it was on sale. And actually I need to wear this right now because I've been sitting up here for a while. It's getting a little bit cold. I also keep handy my Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex jacket. So I wear this thing in all seasons. It's extremely warm, extremely light, and pretty comfortable. Inside I have the MSR Wind Pro 2. So this is a fuel system that actually uses canister stoves. So canister stoves below freezing will liquefy and not be as useful. But with this, you can actually invert the canisters, and so you can still use the fuel as a source. So I like this. It's light, and it works out well. So actually, Pug Dog and I, we always go on our backpacking trips together. Pug Dog, Allie, aka Pug Dog, but she'll be carrying the fuel. So we like to sort of offset each other's weight. This right here is a bivy sack that I'll sleep in, especially if I really need to when it gets pretty cold. So this is supposed to offset my sleeping bag so that I can get some extra degrees out of it. So this is the Bora bivy sack. I opted to get the Cuban fiber version. One mistake I made was I used this during summer in 2018 of our southbound through hike of the Long Trail. That was not a great idea. This thing was a sweat box, but for winter, it's great. It really locks in your heat. So I have a pair of Montbell UL Thermowrap pants, and these are really just for camp. They're insulated. They're insulated with, I believe it's Apex, or some sort of synthetic insulation. The only negative though, and it's a huge negative, I might upgrade to a different style of pant. They don't have buttons down the side, so you can easily put them on or take them on and off. So that is actually kind of a hassle. I also have the Thermarest, I believe this is called the X-Therm, the Neo Air X-Therm. It's a winter pad, or it's at least Thermarest version of a winter pad. And Pug Dog and I have used this in some pretty cold temps, and it gets the job done. We're still debating whether or not we're going to add a closed cell foam pad to our system. One, in case that ever did have a leak in it. You don't want to be out here with nothing protecting you from the cold of the ground. And then two, why not just boost some of your R value? I also have Catula micro spikes. Now today we definitely did see a lot of ice on our hike up here. And by the way, we're up here at the top of Mount Greylock shooting this. But we definitely saw some ice, but it was a little too early to really need these. But these are great if the trail does become just one giant sheet of crunchy ice. So this is my new sleeping bag, and we've tested it out and it works pretty well. So it's a 15-degree Mountain Hardwear sleeping bag. It's called the Eco AF. So I think that means eco as the F word. So they use a bunch of recycled materials in here. It's synthetic, so as you guys and girls may know from watching our long trail videos and our other hikes, I have an allergy to feathers, and it's a legit one. So nothing major happens, but I get pretty sniffly and just, I don't feel great. So I have to use synthetics. They are bulkier. They do require, a lot more volume in your pack, but I keep it in it's the stuff sack it comes with is super light. So I keep it in that, and I just kind of place it in my pack, kind of like you're seeing. And I just kind of spread it out. I do that, one, I don't want to over compress it, and then two, it kind of gives the frameless pack some, just softness in the back, so none of these harder items poke through and get me in the back. So I have a couple of Ziploc bags, and inside I have various items. I always have a microfiber wipe cloth for any condensation of our tents during winter. I have a stake, and this is really for my bear bagging system. After I have the bear bag hanging, this will go back up and actually meet the carabiner so that the bag stays suspended. This is much better than using a stick. I bring some backup batteries and a battery charger for my camera. So this is, I usually carry about 4 batteries. I take a lot of pictures throughout the day and shoot a lot of video. I have an Anker 10,000 milliamp charger. It's called the Power Core 10,000. I of course have a micro USB cord so we can charge. I don't really use my cell phone very much anymore these days, so if it's a 3 or 4 night backpacking trip, I really don't bring a cell phone charger. It usually just kind of stays in airplane mode and off. So in here I just have a lens wipe for my eyeglasses, a razor. It's really lightweight, it's barely an ounce, some Neosporin, a couple of Band-Aids, some Benadryl, just a light first aid kit. I like to put things in Ziploc bags because I can easily see what's inside of them. In this Ziploc bag is my sleep kit. So, I don't know, I always bring a couple of Apex filled down booties for my feet. Even though my sleeping bag is warm, just why not? I have a little Sea to Summit Aeros pillow. I have an ultralight Capilene Patagonia base layer. It's the thinnest one they have. And in addition to wearing my synthetic pants, I have wind pants that I might also don as well. If I think there's going to be a lot of precipitation, I'll bring a rain skirt in addition to those wind pants. I don't really use dedicated rain pants, and I'm unsure if I'm going to actually ever add that to my system. And lastly, this is the Hyperlite Mountain Gear Ultimate 4. So Pug Dog and I love using this for two reasons. Car camping, it's so spacious for two people. And secondly, for backpacking in the shoulder seasons and during winter. So this, with our two bivy sacks, this is what we use for our shelters. So that's it, that's the gear list. I'm wearing this blaze orange, I got this on Amazon, a little vest, you know, to keep me safe. There are some people hunting around, so the state says we should do that, so I do it. I'm wearing a Smart Wool 250 weight merino wool hoodie, and I have some Mountain Hardwear pants, and my shoes are the Danner Mountain 600 insulated. So that's what I'm bringing out on the trail.